Hello everybody, welcome back to Digi-Duelist Academy. Today we're doing a Yu-Gi-Oh video. Finally. More videos for Yu-Gi-Oh and coming soon, as soon as I get laptop situated. But today we're doing somewhat of a meta style deck. Well, a meta archetype. Today I'm going to showcase my take on Salamangreats. Now before I start everything, before I show you the deck profile, this is a fun version of Salamangreats. This is not the meta version within any way, shape, or form. If you want a meta-ish version, I'll leave my link down to my friend Zach, aka Danger Noodle. I'll leave a link down to his Salamangreat video if you want to see a meta version of the deck. But without further ado, let's get started with Salamangreats. First, 3 Gazelle and 3 Spinny. This is the basis of any Salamangreat deck. It's It's basically your main, one of your main extenders in the deck. You basically, whenever Salamangreat card goes to the grave, you basically say, "Hey," and this in your hand is like, "Hey, Gazelle, yay!" When it's normal special summon, you can pitch any Salamangreat card, not monster, not spell, not trap, any, all of them. So that's why we play 3 Spinny. Because with Spinny's effect, if you control Salamangreat, you can summon it straight from the grave, and when it leaves the field, though, it's banished, but it doesn't matter because you're usually overlaying it with Gazelle and making Monstalia, which is basically it's MX Saber Invoker. It's really good. And it's also, if you have this in your hand, it's not dead. You can just target one of your cards. If you control a Salamangreat card, target one face-up monster on the field, gains 500. So basically, it's just like, oh hey, I have Gazelle. I already have Spinny in hand. I'll set Roar, send Roar away. Target Gazelle, sends plus 500 effective Spinny, summon Spinny. That's basically what we do with that. That's not all the Salamangreat cards I run. I also run 3 Foxy and the one of Jack Jaguar Falco. I also run Mir because there's some fun little things you can do with Mir, like if you have Mir on the field, for example, like you hard drew into it and you have Falco on grave. What Falco does is basically target this face of Salamangreat monster and back to hand. So you basically target Mir, it goes back to hand. Falco summons chain with Mir. Mir actually summons itself back if you noble summoned it, because it only activates that effect once. So it's just basically you don't lose field advantage with that. It's basically, oh, but this is the hand effect, goes back on the field. I like that. This also, when sent to the graveyard, you can target a Salamangreat. You can set a Salamangreat spell and trap from your graveyard back to the field. So that's how you set usually Rage or Roar, which are the 2 best traps. Only 2 traps. No, there's no other traps, but the only traps that matter usually. And then Jack Jaguar is just an extra extender for monster plays, because you can just shuffle a Salamangreat card from the graveyard back to the deck. Make a Sunlight Wolf back into the extra deck. Summon this to a zone Sunlight Wolf points to, and if you have an Ash in the graveyard, you just bring the Ash back. It's just like, yay, I have an Ash in the graveyard. Oh, he used it. Oh, we're fine. Defects, add back to hand. It's fun. And then Foxy, the reason why I play 3 of it's basically Pot of Avarice? No, not Pot of Avarice. I'm thinking about it. It's like a pot card. You activate top 3 when it's normal summon. Activate top 3 cards of your deck. Pick Salamangreat card from it and add to your hand. Shuffle those back. And also when it's in the graveyard, target a face up. Is it face up? I forget. Yes, I'm reading my cards. I'm as bad as the person I know. I forget it has to be face up. Yes, face up on target face up card. Spell and trap card on the field. Summon this and destroy that card you targeted. So it's basically, this is MST for face ups. Gets field spell cards away. And next up we have 2 Lady Debugs. Meta build, you want to run 3. I only have 2 at the moment. I would run 3 if I had the 3rd. It's basically all the Salamangreats are Cyverse. So it's just like summon Debug, add any level 3 or lower. You usually add Gazelle or Foxy if you need to. Probably not Foxy, but either Gazelle or Spinny. Whatever you you feel like you want to do. That's basically Lady Debug. It's how the deck works. Terra Top and Tomborg. You usually want to cut this because you always, if this was at 2, this would be fine. But since this is only at 1, it's testing proves that you will always draw this in your hand, no matter how hard you try to shuffle that to the bottom. You will always say hi. So yeah, if you don't know what these do, they're basically an instant rank 3 when you have Terra Top in hand. Because if you control the monsters, special, add this. It's all in fact special summon overlay. Because the Salamangreat XC monster is just 2 level 3s. Not 2 fire level 3s, not 2 Cyberus level 3s, or level 3 Cyberus, level 3 fires, just 2 level 3 monsters. That's it. And then for the you play hand traps, 3 Ash because it's fire and it's Ash. 2 effect veilers, it's poor man's impermanence for what people now understand it for. Now for the part of the deck that is that's very different from I've seen no one else play. I run an Ignite engine, which is 3 Crusader, 3 Squire, and 2 Unites. Now you're probably wondering, why in God's name are you freaking playing Ignites? My response: they're fire. I'm playing level 3s, and you can pendulum out your Salamangreats if you want to. And with Unite, if you have any one of them and Unite, you can basically just say set Unite this, so you can overlay overlay. That's basically, these are here for overlay. I do run a side that sides these out if you want to play more competitively. If you want to build my build, which I don't know why you want to build my build. Because my build, I will tell you this right now, is not any good. And since we got that in and Unite, might as well continue on with the spell cards, because that was it for the monster lineup. We have the 2 Unite, as you saw. 3 Circle, which is your Rhoda of the deck. 1 Field. You only need to play 1 because you search it out no matter what you have in your hand. You will always be able to search this. Because Bale Link searches this. 1 Will, it's basically the soul charge for the deck. Fusion of Fire, because the fusion monster needs a Salamangreat monster and a Link monster, so this is there for you. Say, oh, you have a nice Link monster. That's a problem. Fusion of Fire. Or if you want to play it so they can't chain A to it, I also play Super Poly. It's the same reason. This is just a searchable version of Super Poly that can be targeted. Then for your pesky hand traps, I play 3 Called by the Graves. And another thing with Will, you can, when it's on the field, you can special summon another monster, a Salamangreat monster, with this during your main phase. And with this one, you can also make a monster that was Reincarnate Link, which is using Link summoning Link monster with the same name as itself. Sanctuary makes it so you only have to use that one monster, but you can only do that once, and with Salamangreats. So that's basically it for the spells. You can play whatever you like. And one thing that I've been seeing a lot of people do, Super Poly says from field, either field. So if you can't use stuff from your hand, that's one disadvantage. Fusion of Fire is I think hand and field. Yep, hand or field. Either player's field, which is why you run it. And then for the traps, you play 2 Salamangreat War, or as people like to call it, Salamangreat No, because it basically makes it so you can't do anything. And 1 Rage. With Rage, you basically, it's like, oh hey, no, you can't destroy it. You can't destroy it with anything. for reincarnated monsters. Or it's like if you opponent activates a spell or a monster or a trap, if I have a Salamangreat Link, you just do this. No. What makes Scroll even amazing if it's in the graveyard, if you reincarnate Link, it sets itself from graveyard. But it banishes itself after that. So it's basically, oh hey, turn 1 end on a roar. You usually end on 2 roars if you play right. So it's like roar, roar, and it's counter. It's fun. Rage does not do that, and it's annoying. It also has it so you can send a Salamangreat monster from your hand to field to the graveyard, destroy one. Target one monster on the field, destroy. But one card. Yeah, one card. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra, as you've been hearing me say a lot, you play Violet Chimera. Mostly for also mirror matches. Mirror matches with this deck are fun. I play 1 Mirage Stallion and 1 Abyss Dweller because this stops a lot. You don't go into this normally. It's just something there you can do. If you have 4s, I was running the level 4 Ignites. I might start adding them in. I don't know. It's my preference. But you can cut this for Mirage Stallion. It's up to you. It doesn't matter for me. And then you play triple Beta Links. Because this is terraforming with legs. And if it's in your graveyard, once per turn, banish it, and Salamangreat monster cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So it's protection. You always want to have at least 1 in the grave. Phoenix for those pesty spell and traps, and it's fire. So you can use it to go into things like us. You have 3 Sunlight Wolves, or your Heat Leos, but we'll get to that later. So 3 Sunlight Wolves because it's the $10 rare that everyone's playing for Salamangreats that you have to run 3 because it's the best card. In my opinion, if it's special summoned, for the monster is normal special summon too. Card it link market, which is here or here. You add a fire attribute monster from your grave to your hand. So it's like, hey, I have an Ash Blossom in the graveyard. Add that back. Or whatever you need to do next turn. Also, if it's reincarnated linked, you can destroy. Add a Salamangreat spell trap from your grave to your hand. Yep. And we also play 2 Heat Leos because it's fun. When it's Link summoned, you basically shuffle any spell trap to the grave, back to the deck. And when it's reincarnated Link, you basically target a monster in your graveyard and target 1 card on the field. The attack of the monster in the graveyard the monster you target on the field now its attack becomes the same as the one you target in your grave. So if you have another Ash Blossom and you decided not to add it, you basically make your opponent's attack 0. Or you can make it 500. Either way, you can still OTK with this. Because this is the OTK. You make OTKs. It's fun. Because I forgot to mention this, when it's fusion summoned, it gains half the attack of the 2 whatever monsters you use to fuse with it. Half of the combined. Also, if it attacks a monster whose attack and defense attack points are different than its originals, it does double battle damage. And if it was fusion summoned with a copy of itself, when it attacks a monster, it can make it 0. So if you want to, you can do it that way if you want. But most decks don't want to. Next off, we play the poor man's Moral Sword, Update Jammer, and Transcode Talker. Now you must be wondering, what the heck do you mean by that? Well, what you do is you link summon to Update Jammer, and you most likely will have a monster you can use. Then you link summon using the said monster in Update Jammer to summon Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker now makes it so you can add a link monster from your grave to a zone it points to. Now, but the thing that I would say, it's Boral Sword is Update Jammer. When it's used for a link material, you can make the link monster you summoned. It gains an additional attack. So now he can attack twice. Update Jammer now gets summoned to this field. This gains plus 500, and when Update Jammer, whatever it points to, when it attacks, no effects can be activated, and they attack with the original attack. So it basically makes it fun, and your opponent can't do anything. And when Update Jammer destroys a monster, it does 1,000 points of damage, and it's basically an OTK right there. Now, there's another fun thing you can do that with Update Jammer, which is the last extra deck card I use, your Borolo Dragon. Now, you don't have to run this. You can run whatever you want. I run this because I own it. So, you can make this have 2 attacks, so you can steal your opponent's stuff. It's fun. Now, granted, this stays in the graveyard, but it's still fun. Now, that's it for the extra deck. Now, let's get on to the side deck. Because the side deck has some really weird cards. You're probably going to ask, why the hell are you running that? So, another thing you run for, I have a Mars Stalio, and he did the Fire Charmer for the mirror matches, because that's fun. And because of that, I also now run because I saw this in a list, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You also run the actual Fire Charmer monster, because you can steal their stuff. You also run, I only have a single copy of Twin Twister. This would be 2. My side would be different if I had 2 copies of Twin Twister. My side would be different if I had a lot of stuff. So you have a Twin Twister's Foul, which you can special summon when there's a Salamangreat monster is normal special summoned. You can summon it. It's fun. I also play 3 Gozen match for other decks. I have a Rivalry, which you would play. I would have 3, but I don't have 3. The side's really different. A Solemn Engine, which would place, like I said, my side's incomplete. If I had the 2 other strikes and a warning, I would instantly add that to my side, or my deck would be changed. 2 Kaijus to stop fun things. And the thing that I'm running because I decided, hey, why the fuck not? Let's buy the Mortal Kokapikapoo, and let's buy the Mortal Kokoraya. Because they're fun. Like I said, this is a fun build, not meta. That's basically it. If you have any questions down below, or leave them in the comment section below. I do read all the comments. And if you have any suggestions for what fun, stupid thing I can run in this deck, let me know. And without further ado, that is it. Like, comment, subscribe for more fun things like this. Have a nice day.